Welcome, everybody, to Illegal Group's Coffee Chat. We are really excited to be here with Sean Stanfield today, and Lindsay's going to give us an introduction to our guest.
Hi, welcome. So Sean is a local guy. He has lived in Maryland for most of his life. And I don't think we said he is a branding partner with What's Up Promotion. So he is worked with What's Up for 5 years now, and proud to say that he won the Business Leader of the Year with the Only Chamber. So congratulations on that. And Sean is passionate about working with local companies, small businesses, and especially using promo products to help grow their businesses. So welcome, Sean. Tell us a little bit more about you and
What's Up Promotions.
And what's up?
So like you guys said, I am Sean Stanfield. I work for What's Up Promotions. We've been around for this coming September. I think will be about 6 years. What we are is we're a promotional branding company. We're the ones that put logos on stuff. The easiest way to say it is if you know that hot sauce commercial, we put that on everything. We do that for logos. You know, we basically say, what do you want your logo on? And we'll figure it out for you. And, you know, we've been in the industry for some of our people have been in the industry for 20, 30 years. And, you know, I've been in with 5, and I absolutely love working with small businesses because I love to watch them grow and then use the promo items that I help them out with and see how that helps promote their business.
Sorry, go ahead.
I would say that's awesome. What is your favorite promo item, or what's the one thing that people do that gets you really excited?
So a lot of people start off with something as simple as a pen, right? You know, the first thing you always want. There you go.
This one that you did for us?
Yes, ma'am. That is us. So most of the time people come to me, they go, hey, I want some business cards or pens or cups or whatever, and clothing. That does about 75% of our business.
Oh, wow.
What really gets me excited is when people come up to me and says, I have an idea, but I don't know how to do it. Or give me some ideas, or hey, we're trying to sell something and I need some help with it. So I really like being able to help people, you know, not just look at their logo as a one color logo or a full color logo, look at it as a way of promoting their business. So what I really get excited about really is clothing, because there's so much stuff that you can do with it. It's not just, hey, put it on the front left chest. You can do the full, there's tons of different locations. And now that we've been in the industry for a while, now we have full custom. So we can fully customize your clothing down to the pin, the little buttons. We can do different color buttons, different color, of the neckline and stuff. So I really like understanding small businesses and then also saying, all right, cool. Most of the time you want to just do a front left chest. Let's grow that and make it different locations and kind of really show what your business is really about.
Yeah, fun. That is fun. And I know we definitely started with you with a pen and a couple of other little promo items. And I think for us, one of the things that, we talk to you about, and I'm sure you help people with small businesses with, is just kind of what type of product works well for their business, who is their audience. I guess, what are they doing? Yeah, you mentioned the trade shows. So for example, we're going to be doing, well, this is going to air after the fact, but we just went to the Only Days
before.
Anyway,
for Only Days.
Which is this week, May 3rd, the weekend of May 2nd, 3rd, 4th.
May 3rd.
Yeah, so we'll have a table there. And tell us kind of, if someone's going to a trade show for the first time, what are some good things to purchase for the table?
So kind of circling back on what you said, what I usually do is I meet with a client and I'll say, tell me about your business. Let me see what your logo looks like. And then tell me what you're looking for. Because a lot of times people will come and say, I have an event or I want to get something, and they'd have no idea what they're doing or what they need. So I find out about their small business, or I find out about their business. Hey, you're a financial planner, you're a lawyer, you're a sports team, something like that. And then I really dive into what they need and how they can help. Right now it is trade show season. It's golf tournament season. So people are asking me, hey, I have a trade show. I'm going to a trade show. What do I need? What do I need to get for it? So what we really I started at the basics. I'm like, do you have a table cover, a tablecloth? And they say yes or no. So that is always number one. And then it's like, well, what's your budget? So we can work within your budget. And a lot of people get afraid to tell me how much their budget is because they say, oh, you're just going to spend all my budget. And my answer is, no, I'm not going to spend your budget. I want to know what your budget is so I can recommend the correct items. Because if your budget is $50, I'm not going to show you a $5 pen. I'm going to show you a 50-cent pen. Mm-hmm. So back to what you asked, what is good for trade shows? It's stuff, it depends on the trade show. If it's a business trade show, you're going to want to do pens. You're going to want to do notebooks. You're going to want to do notepads, maybe some lanyards, maybe some tech item. If it's a building trade show, maybe you want to do like a 6-in-1 tool or a ruler or a combo kit tool. There's 11-in-1 tools. You can do stuff like that. If it's going to a law firm trade show, then maybe you want to do some little booklets, or you want to do some flyers, or you want to do, business card holders, or stuff that fits their off your thing. Cups are always good. Those always fit pretty much every trade show. When we're going to Only Days on May 3rd, Party in the Park, a lot of stuff, that's a lot of kids. And you got to figure out what your clientele is. If it's going to be mostly kids, you're going to want fun stuff. So us at What's Up, we have the ability to pick whatever you need. And if you say, oh, I'm doing Party in the Park, all right, cool. Why don't you do some light up toys? Why don't you do some bouncy balls? Why don't you do toys for the kids? There's little hats, like the light up vest. I mean, there's tons of stuff, the cinch sacks. And, a lot of times people forget you can get a logo on top of your candy. We have a vendor now that is an authorized vendor for M&Ms. So we can customize your brand colors to M&Ms. So like for Party in the Park, if you want to give out a little bag of M&Ms, you can do them in the color purple for you guys, and then put your little logo, your Willow logo on it, and then give that out. So it's a lot of fun. My biggest draw I've ever done is first aid kits. I love them, and everybody needs them. If you have kids, you understand everybody falls and gets a boo-boo. So that's what I usually try to sell.
So yeah. I was just thinking, Sean, you reminded me of like trade show things. Mm-hmm. And I used to go to a conference every year in which Wells Fargo was mm-hmm. one of the presenters, and they had a horse, right? A Wells Fargo horse, but it was different every year. Mm-hmm. And so people would go and try to collect this. It was stuffy, right? Oh. So for the kids, so you'd go to the conference, and people's kids had collections of these Wells Fargo horses.
Oh, how cool.
From their parents going to the conference. Yeah, that was.
Well, that's really fun, actually.
I have a funny story. My mom used to work for a government contractor, and she used to go to these trade shows all the time. She was a recruiter or whatever. So she came back once, way before I was into the promo industry, and she brought back a stress ball in the shape of a grenade. And she said at the trade show, this was a long time ago, they were throwing around these grenades, stress balls around the conference. And, one of the government contractors. So it was like, wow, that would never go these days. That would be a big no-no. So you can have a lot of fun with it. Stress balls, they're all different sizes and shapes, and you can fully customize everything these days.
That's awesome. No, you're giving me ideas now. We're obviously way too late for Party in the Park, but National Night Out this summer.
Yep.
There you go. Yep. That's always fun.
Yeah.
National Night Out, you can do the little badges, the little stickers. Stickers are inexpensive, but kids love them. And depending on your clientele, stickers and stuff like that, they go over wonderful.
That's true. Yeah. There was something else you mentioned, and now I forget. Not just trade shows, but
golf tournaments.
Yes. Golf tournaments. I feel like you're right. I didn't realize there was a trade show season, but you are definitely right. There's a golf tournament season, and I feel like everybody tries to do a golf tournament. For any of our watchers, listeners that are participating or thinking of sponsoring, what are some good ideas for golf tournaments?
So if you've ever been to a golf tournament, you understand every golf tournament will give you a little bag, a fabric reusable bag, or they'll give you a cinch sack, one of the pull string cinch sacks, and then they'll fill it with stuff. And it's all the same stuff. It's the ball markers, the divots, the tees, the balls. I mean, you name it, we do it. So I'm literally at the moment working with 5 or 6 different golf tournaments. What I sell 99% of the time is the golf towel, the waffle golf towel. Okay. I sell yard signs, the hole signs, the sponsor signs, those, the banners, you need those, and then all the little treats that go into it. It depends on your budget. You can have high-end divot fixers, or you can have the 50-cent divot fixers. Water bottles are always good. If you're really into it, you can do umbrellas and coats and jackets and hats and sunglasses, sunscreen. I mean, I've done it for multiple chambers, and I've done a lot of fun stuff. My fun thing that I do that's a little upper scale is a ball marker that has the initials of the player on it. So on one side, it's a real thick, it's like that big. And on one side, it's the tournament's logo that's permanently in the ball marker. But on the other side, it has a really thin little chip that you can pop out that has the logos of the golfers. So what ends up happening is I go to the event, I have a little box that has over 600, something like that, combinations of letters. And it's every combo letter in the alphabet. So it's from A to A to Z to A to X of every letter. And then there's a whole bunch of other stuff, stuff to go on. I go to the event. I ask them what their initials are, get that, put it into it and get it. And then most of the time they don't use it because it's too nice. But it's one of those like things that people see and they go, that is really cool. And that makes your tournament stand out. And then we can do the same thing for golf gloves and a whole bunch of other fun stuff. But, it all depends on your budget for the golf tournaments, really.
Yeah. So if somebody, I guess, is starting out thinking about they want to start doing something to grow their business. Mm-hmm. I know pens we talked about are good, but what are some maybe key things to think about when they're choosing what promotional items, not necessarily like trade show stuff, but like promotional items to give to clients or things like that? So
over the last 2 years, all my clientele is telling me the same thing. I want something that will stick around. Because back when we first started, people were like, just give me something inexpensive, something I can give out. I don't really care. It's just I want to get my logo out there, which is fine. But nowadays, with everything that's going on in the world, people want stuff that people are going to keep. So pens are always the best thing to do. I always tell people when they first start, you need to get pens and business cards and then maybe some flyers or something inexpensive just to have something. So what I tell people is if you want to get your name out there, say you live in Albany or you live in Laytonsville or wherever you live, if you want to become that city's whatever company you are, the best way to do it is go buy some relatively nice pens, find the best restaurant or bar or whatever in the area, go there, find the best waiter or hostess or waitress, whatever, and walk up to them and say, look, here's 10 pens. Give these pens out. I will come back every week and restock your pens. And I guarantee you, if you do that for long enough, your pens will start circling out throughout the community. I do that when I go up to Giuliano's and when I go all these local places and people see me, they go, ooh, you got some pens for me? And, because they love the pens. But you don't want to get really, really inexpensive pens. You want to get a nicer pen that people are going to hold and say, oh, this is a nice pen. Then look at it and say, oh, I see it's Willow, legal or whatever. That kind of stuff, get your name out there. If you want to get some starting set, I would always say pens are the best, notepads, sticky notes, something inexpensive, something fun. So maybe a stress ball for the kids. Or, cups or mugs, there's some relatively inexpensive mugs that you can get that will last a long time. Everybody has them, but no one's going to turn them down for you if you give them to them.
That's true.
And then clothing, obviously, you always want to brand yourself if you can.
Yes. That's on our list of things to do this year, I think.
Yeah.
So, or giving me ideas.
Sean, I think I don't think we covered it, but tell me if we did. What inspired you to get into promotional products?
Okay, so it's an interesting story. I'm 44 now. I've been in retail my whole entire life. Started in grocery, worked out through that, did Home Depot, whatever. And I was with Home Depot for 12 years. I left Home Depot and then I went out doing door-to-door sales. I didn't like that because it wasn't what I was told. Like when I was told for that job wasn't what it actually was. My uncle told me, I have a guy that's starting up his own company. You will be great at it. I was like, all right, cool. So I sat down and talked to him. We got hired. What I found, the reason I love this job is I love seeing people happy. I love that smile. And I love being that go-to person that I always say yes. My company has a couple sayings. One of them is, the answer is yes. What's the question? And I love being able to say that and be honest and say, what's the question? We can get it for you. And there's really no reason why we'll ever have to tell you no. So I love being in promo. It kind of fell in my lap because, the timing was perfect. But I'll tell you, I love what I do. And I love being able to suggest stuff because clients will come to me and say, oh, I need a pen. Okay, here's a pen. Hey, why don't you also try this? Or why don't you look at this? Say, hey, I just saw this. I'll put their logo on it. What do you think of it? And then they'll be like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Or, just being able to see a small business grow is the best thing. And I tell all my clients, I love being your promo, your connection to that industry, but I want to be that go-to person for you for everything. And being able to say, oh, what do you need? And when they come and say, hey, do you have a plumber? Or do you know someone that does this? Or do you know someone that does this? I'm able to say yes, because most of those people they're asking for are one of my clients or a business that I've talked to. So the reason I love being in promo is I love helping people and I love people smiling and I love seeing their businesses grow.
That's awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah. What's one piece of advice that you wish more people understood when it comes to promotional items and what you do, I guess?
So one piece of advice is give us time. We are not Amazon. So what I would say is try to think ahead. Don't wait to the last minute and, just work with us and understand, we will make it happen one way or another, but the more timing that we have, the better the chance it could be to get it done right. And we're not rushing. So my advice is, think about like the beginning of the year, think about what you're trying to do, what events you're going to go to, and come to me sooner than later. Don't give me 10 days, give me a month. Say, hey, in a month, I have this project going on. Can we start working on it? Because then we can do it the right way. I can give you better options. I might be able to get you samples. And then we know when the project's done, that it's going to be 100% right. So that's really, the Amazon thing is kind of throw it a
So Sean, we have a project.
So 2 days good?
Yeah, that's fine.
I was thinking August.
August. We will have projects.
National Night Out is coming up, and people are going to start working on that pretty quick. So
yes.
So all right, last question: what is one item that you can't live without in your day-to-day life?
As in promo or just in general?
Life, your life.
I hate to say it, but probably my phone. Because in our company, we are here for you 24/7, and I will literally get emails at 11 o'clock at night, and I will reply to them saying, thank you for the email. I'll follow up with you first thing in the morning. So promo wise, that would be it. I mean, because that's my business and that's how we give customer service. In our industry, customer service is going by the wayside. So when you work with us, you understand that's all that matters to us. So being able to provide 100% the best customer service, I need my phone. But, in general, I wish I could disconnect, but when I travel, I still have my phone. But, I would just probably say my phone, my laptop are some of the most important things.
So awesome. Well, we will put in the chat where you can find Sean when you are ready to reach out to him and get some stuff together.
At least a month before it's due.
At least a month. Not a 10-day turnaround. So reach out to Sean. We have loved working with
All right, just
lost our video for a second.
But that's all right. Are you there?
I'm here. Okay. Everybody froze.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep. It still says it's recording.